In the hierarchy of survival tools, the axe reigns supreme. A knife carves and prepares, but an axe builds and provides. It is the tool that turns a standing tree into shelter, firewood, and the very handle for another tool. It is primal leverage, a force multiplier for human strength. But in 2026, the choice isn't between a rusty hatchet and a lumberjack's maul. It's between philosophies, American forged heritage, Swedish mastercraft, or space-age polymer engineering. Today, we dissect the 10 most impactful, reliable, and purpose-driven survival axes and tactical tomahawks you can own. This isn't just a list, it's a blueprint for capability. Every tool here is battle-tested and available for the next chapter of your preparedness journey. Let's begin the ranking. Number 10. Gerber Gear Gator Combo Axe 2. This is the axe that democratized wilderness readiness. It proved you could have a full tang level of confidence in a budget-friendly, packable format, making serious chopping power accessible for any kid. Kicking off our list is a modern classic that has earned its place through sheer, undeniable value. The Gator Combo Axe 2 solves the eternal problem of weight versus capability. Its high-carbon steel head is permanently bonded to the handle via Gerber's renowned fiberglass injection molding, a process that creates a union stronger than any traditional wedge fit, eliminating the fear of a flying head. The genius, however, is in the details, the overmolded, textured rubber grip. This isn't just for comfort. It actively absorbs the punishing shock waves that travel up the handle with each strike, drastically reducing hand fatigue during extended use. At a hair over 2 pounds, it disappears in a pack, but stands ready to process firewood, clear brush, drive tent stakes, or perform 100 other camp tasks. It may lack the soul of a hand-forged tool, but for the practical survivor who needs reliable, no-nonsense performance without mortgaging their gear budget, the Gator 2 remains an utterly dependable and foundational choice. Number 9. SOG Tactical Tomahawk. When a mission profile demands speed, penetration, and brutal utility over splitting logs, this Tomahawk answered the call. It's a sleek, modern weapon tool hybrid born from a request for a faster, more versatile breaching instrument. The SOG Tactical Tomahawk represents a distinct fork in the evolutionary tree, prioritizing tactical agility over traditional chopping. Its 420 stainless steel head is a masterpiece of aggressive geometry, a deeply curved, sharp cutting edge for slicing, a needle-like spike for piercing and prying, and a textured hammer pole for striking. This compact, brutal profile is mounted on a glass-reinforced nylon handle, complete with a removable rubber overgrip for shock absorption. At a mere 24 ounces, it feels like an extension of your arm, allowing for rapid, controlled strikes ideal for dynamic entry, close-quarters scenarios, or processing game. It's not designed to fell large trees. It's designed to dominate the man-made and natural obstacles in a tactical environment with terrifying efficiency. For the user whose threat model includes urban or defensive scenarios, it provides a formidable, fast option where a heavier axe would be a liability. Number 8. Estwing Sportsman's Axe. This axe defies the very concept of failure. Forged from a single, solid bar of American steel, it is the embodiment of monolithic strength. A tool with no parts to loosen, no glue to fail, just pure, unadulterated hammer and anvil reliability. The Estwing E24 isn't built. It's born in fire and force. Using a century-old process, the entire tool, head, pole, and handle is forged into one inseparable piece of polished 1055 carbon steel. This forged-in-one-piece construction makes it arguably the most durable production axe on the planet. You can chop, pound, and pry with absolute abandon, knowing the head will never loosen or fly off. The iconic leather grip, lacquered and stacked on the steel core, molds to your hand over time. The trade-off is inherent. Solid steel transmits more shock and vibration than a wooden or composite handle, and its weight is carried in the hand, not the head. But for the survivor who values absolute, unshakable permanence above all else, who needs a tool that can serve as a geological layer in an archaeological dig, the Estwing is a legacy piece. It's not just a purchase, it's an heirloom. Number 7. Holtzbrook Almike Small Hatchet. This tool transcends utility. It is a conversation between a master blacksmith and the user. Each one is individually hand-forged in Sweden, carrying with it the weight of 300 years of axe-making tradition, refined for the precise needs of the modern woodsman. For those who view tool use as a sacred craft, the Holtzbrook Almike is a pilgrimage. It represents the antithesis of mass production. In a small Swedish forge, a blacksmith heats, hammers, and tempers axe steel into a perfectly profiled head, which is then hung on a select, Grade A American hickory handle and secured with a wooden wedge and forged steel ring. The Almike's specific head shape, a thinner bit and a more pronounced beard, is designed for controlled, accurate cutting, carving, and delicate woodwork, not for brute force splitting. It holds an exquisitely sharp edge that is a joy to maintain. Using it teaches finesse and respect. It is less about dominating the wood and more about working with it. This hatchet is for the individual who finds meditation in feather sticking, who builds traps and tools, and who believes the quality of one's gear reflects the seriousness of one's intent. It is functional art. Number 6. RMJ Tactical Shrike Tomahawk. When the environment is a locked door, a hardened barrier, or a tangled wreck, you don't need a woodsman's tool. You need an engineered breaching system built to the exacting standards of special operations. A tool that makes the impossible merely difficult. The RMJ Shrike exists in a realm beyond typical survival gear. Designed by a former Special Forces operator, it is a no-compromise instrument for professionals. The head, crafted from ultra-tough 80CRV2 steel, is a study in focused aggression. A sharp primary edge for cutting, a hooked beak for prying and pulling, and a massive hammer pole for delivering concussive force. It is paired with an indestructible handle made from layered G10, a composite material used in firearm grips that is impervious to weather, chemicals, and impact. Every contour, every angle, and every ounce of its weight is calculated for maximum effectiveness in breaching, vehicle extraction, and extreme survival. This is not a tool for casual camping. It is an overbuilt, buy-it-for-life solution for the most demanding scenarios imaginable. Its price reflects its pedigree, but for the individual who demands the absolute pinnacle of tactical tool performance, the Shrike is the definitive answer. Number 5. Fiskars X7 Hatchet. This hatchet didn't just enter the market. It redefined the ergonomics of chopping. Through brilliant polymer engineering and blade geometry, it made the act of splitting wood feel easier, cleaner, and less taxing than any tool before it. The Fiskars X7 is a triumph of applied physics and human-centric design. It represents a complete rethinking of the hatchet from the ground up. The core innovation is the proprietary fiber comp handle, which is not just strong, but engineered to be lighter at the base and heavier near the head, creating perfect balance and reducing swing fatigue. This handle is vibration dampening, absorbing shock that would travel up a wooden handle. The blade itself features a wedge-like profile and a low-friction coating that drives deep into wood and resists sticking, allowing for faster, more efficient chopping. For the vast majority of survival and camping tasks, processing kindling, limbing branches, crafting stakes, the X7 outperforms traditional hatchets that cost twice as much. It proves that innovation isn't always about new features, but about perfecting the fundamental user experience. It is, simply put, one of the most intelligently designed and effective tools ever made for its weight class. Number 4. Cold Steel Rifleman's Hawk. This tomahawk connects you directly to a frontier skill, the art of the throwing hawk. Its classic, timeless design and perfect balance make it the preferred tool for masters of the sport, turning practice into a meditative and highly practical discipline. The Cold Steel Rifleman's Hawk celebrates a historical tool form with modern metallurgy. Its 1055 carbon steel head features a classic, utilitarian silhouette, a curved cutting edge, and a flat hammer pole, hung on a long, straight grain hickory handle. This simplicity is its strength. The weight distribution and handle length are meticulously calculated to make it an exceptionally forgiving and accurate throwing tomahawk. Mastering the throw is not just a party trick. It hones hand-eye coordination, distance judgment, and a deep understanding of the tool's balance. Beyond the range, it's a perfectly capable camp axe for light chopping, driving stakes, and processing small game. For the survivalist who values historical continuity, wants to develop a unique and engaging skill, and appreciates a rugged, versatile tool with soul, the Rifleman's Hawk offers immense value and timeless appeal. Number 3. Gerber Gear Downrange Tomahawk. What if one tool could be a dozen? The Downrange isn't just a tomahawk, it's a platform. With its interchangeable head system, it morphs from a breaching tool to a rescue cutter to a survival axe based on the task at hand, offering unparalleled versatility in one pack. The Gerber Downrange represents the pinnacle of modular tactical thinking. At its core is a supremely tough, glass-filled nylon handle that acts as a universal host. It accepts different, mission-specific heads that lock securely into place. The primary tactical head is a multi-function marvel, a cutting edge, a pry bar/notch, a hammer face, and a replaceable carbide-tipped glass breaker. This can be swapped for a broader, more traditional axe head for heavier wood processing. Designed in collaboration with military and rescue professionals, it solves the problem of carrying multiple heavy tools. Number 2. Gransfors Bruk Wildlife Hatchet. This is not merely a purchase, it is an adoption of a legacy. Forged by a handful of master smiths in a Swedish village, each axe is signed by its creator. It is the closest thing to a perfect union of human artistry, historical metallurgy, and functional tool design. If the Holtzbrook is a mastercraft, the Gransfors Bruk Wildlife Hatchet is the transcendent masterpiece. It represents the absolute zenith of traditional axe making. Every step, from selecting the steel to hanging the head on its premium hickory handle, is performed by hand with obsessive care. The resulting tool is perfectly balanced, holds a legendary edge, and moves through wood with a grace and efficiency that feels almost preternatural. It comes with a beautiful, vegetable-tanned leather sheath. This hatchet is for the purist, the craftsman, the individual for whom the process of using a tool is as important as the outcome. It is designed for skilled tasks, skinning game, intricate carving, and fine campcraft. It demands and rewards care, and in return, it offers a lifetime, potentially generations, of flawless service. It is the definitive argument that some things cannot be improved by technology, only perfected by human skill. Number 1. Fiskars X7 Super Splitting Axe. When survival hinges on the efficient conversion of logs into life-sustaining warmth, you need an advantage. The X7 isn't an axe. It's a wood-splitting algorithm forged in steel. A tool that uses geometry to do 70% of the work for you, conserving your most vital resource, energy, ***. Ascending to our top spot is the tool that solved the single most calorie-intensive survival task, processing firewood. The Fiskars X7 Super Splitter is a masterpiece of focused engineering. Its secret lies in a 3-part genius. First, an ultra-long handle, over 36 inches, provides tremendous leverage. Second, the head's unique blade-widening geometry acts like a progressive wedge, starting the split and then aggressively pushing the wood apart. Third, the advanced composite handle minimizes weight and vibration while maximizing strength. The result is cleaner, faster splits with dramatically less stuck axes and far less physical exertion. In a prolonged off-grid or homesteading scenario, where every calorie burned chopping wood is a calorie not used for hunting, building, or thinking clearly, the X7 provides a measurable strategic advantage. It doesn't just perform a task, it optimizes your entire energy economy. For pure, undeniable effectiveness in the most critical survival function, it is the undisputed #1 champion.